welcome back to Open Everyone. Salsa is known for its Latin flavored rhythmic beats that, of course, entices the moves. It has and continues to be a great source of physical and cultural entertainment. Our next guest is all about preserving the culture for the next generation to come with the Salsa Project NYC, a movement keeping salsa music alive. Joining us to tell us more, please welcome Salsa Project founder Brandon, the Salsa Pops Espinosa. Hello and welcome.
Thank
Good
you for
morning.
having me. Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Yeah. So first, let's start with what inspired you to create the Salsa Project.
Absolutely. So growing up in the Bronx, my mother would often take me to many of the concerts in Crotona Park, St. Mary's, Lehman. And I often noticed I was the youngest in all of these environments. And as I got older and we continued to go to these concerts, I was like, man, the only people that are really supporting the music is people from my mother's generation. So that thought just marinated with me for a while. And then in January of 2018, my daughter was born. And for me, it was very important that she knew about salsa, but more importantly, the narrative of her people and her culture. So that's when I started the project, and the ethos behind it is all about the music and the preservation of salsa, but it's greater than that, right? Salsa is a form of expression. It's a way that people release stress, but also tells a story of our people. So I started in 2018, and now we're here in July of 2019, and the project is going stronger than I ever expected.
From your perspective, what is the story of our people?
So, I think it's one of struggle, perseverance. I also think it's one where we're very prideful in where we come from, and often ashamed to, stand out for what we believe in. So perfect example is, when my, wife was growing up, her parents didn't want to teach her Spanish because they wanted her to assimilate into the American culture and not have an accent, because then you would get bullied and made fun of. And I think the music of salsa and the rhythmic pattern and beats, which is rooted in Africa, Yoruba tribes, was brought to Cuba, Puerto Rico, and then the Bronx, right, where often they say El Condado de la Salsa.
Right.
Where Fania was formed with Johnny Pacheco and Jerry Masucci in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx, actually. So
lovely. So you give history behind it
a little bit.
I love it. No, it's beautiful because I like to consider our people musical people, right?
Yes.
I just literally flew back from Puerto Rico yesterday, and I participated in the protests of Renuncia. And
Yes.
The one thing I want to say about the protesting, that when it was during the day before it became night, is that they're very musical. They were playing panderetas and tapping on cowbells, and it almost felt like a festival.
Yeah, you go to Puerto Rico during Christmas, the parrandas are everywhere, and everywhere you go, there's music, and it's what keeps people happy.
Right, but it's a style of communication is what I'm referencing, right?
Oh, for sure.
It's like, even though we're talking about the Salsa Project, and even though salsa, when you think of it, you reference, you automatically go into referencing your body movement, but there's something else going on. It's a communication that's occurring as well.
Spiritual as well.
Yeah, and also there's a language. Yes. The body's speaking languages, because the two partners, they have to kind of have some kind of synergy.
Correct. Yeah, no, it's the music, the clave, el bongo, the conga, the maracas, all of that comes together to form this beautiful sound and makes your body move in ways that are tough to describe, and it's really what you feel.
Yeah, it is. But again, it's also about trusting and feeling confident. So I'm assuming that you're teaching people to understand that I'm not suggesting that people don't take salsa classes, but you don't necessarily have to take salsa classes to get it.
For sure. Our project is really rooted around 4 main pillars. One of those is events, where we always do a free 1-hour salsa class, because I think it's for everyone, right? White, black, brown, pink, purple, regardless of where you come from in life. But that's just one small element. You know, the historical element comes in the form of documentaries, which we have released two. One was filmed in Puerto Rico, another one here in the Bronx, you know, with Mike Amadeo from Casa Amadeo and others. And then there's the merchandise element, right? People wearing what they believe in and what they're prideful in. And then there's also a media platform that we've created around the project to elevate those that are from our communities and need a platform to amplify their voice and share more about the culture, the music, the history. So really excited to see where the project goes, and the evolution has been pretty incredible. And this October we'll celebrate our our 1-year anniversary since our first event last October, and we're gearing up for another big event on August 24th in the Bronx at Port Morris Distillery. So
That's wonderful. That is so wonderful. And thank you for bringing it here to our viewers. And thank you for making it your business and your mission to pass it forward to the next generation.
my pleasure.
And thank you for bringing it here. Right. Once again, you guys, for more on the Salsa Project NYC, along with the upcoming events, be sure to visit the salsaprojectnyc.com. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about a baby clothing brand inspired by Hispanic heritage. Don't go nowhere.